Internet folks. Average Joe Daniel here. This morning we're going to have a tough talk. So we're going to get right to it. Why does God allow rape? Well, you have to understand free will. You have to understand the necessity of free will in God's design. Well, what if you can't understand the necessity of free will? What if you can't make sense of it? Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. But that doesn't mean that God doesn't exist. See, his existence isn't based on our understanding or our understanding of his decisions. We have the mind of humans, and he has the mind of God, and we can't necessarily step into his thinking, not without his intervention or tremendous effort in studying his word, which still is going to take his intervention. So it's okay. It doesn't mean that he doesn't exist. It just means we don't understand. So I want to talk a little bit about the understanding aspect. And let me back up and let you know I don't make the contention that I understand what one goes through who suffers such tragedy. I don't have that experience. I don't have that understanding. I don't have that capacity for understanding. Not really, and no one does until they've experienced that. What I do have is I spent about 15 years in public service, police, fire, and EMS. And of course, at that time, I unfortunately had many interactions with the victims of rape. Male and female, adult and children. So I've thought about this quite a bit actually, and it's devastating, and but nonetheless, my understanding is just that. It's my understanding, and it doesn't impact the existence or non-existence of God. So I'm going to use an example here to try to talk about understanding a little bit. I mentioned I spent time in fire and EMS, was a firefighter paramedic for many years. And in fact, for many years, I worked at two departments at the same time. Second department was only in the capacity of a paramedic. So I spent many 48-hour shifts on the box, on the ambulance, and run all sorts of calls. And some of the most intense calls, I would say, would be related to anaphylaxis, which is can be a lethal allergic response to some type of allergen. You can have an allergic reaction and it's not an anaphylactic reaction, but we're not going to get into that kind of a lesson. I'm just talking about anaphylaxis does kill people, and that's sad also. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say that I have a 2-year-old son who is allergic to peanuts. Excuse me. I do have a 2-year-old son. He's not allergic to peanuts. So he's the kind of allergic that if he eats peanuts, he's going to die. The kind of allergic that if he smells peanuts, that will elicit an allergic response in his body. And yes, that does happen. So he can't eat peanuts. Now his mother and I, we'll take precautions to remove these things from the home. But he's going to be exposed. How many kids don't know what a Reese cup is? But he can't have them. He can't have a Reese cup. Can't eat peanut butter and jelly. Doesn't matter if you mix it in a bowl before putting it on the bread, or if you put peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other. Doesn't matter. He can't have it. His brothers and sisters can have it. The rest of us can have it. People around him can have it. He's 2 years old. You don't have the capacity to understand. Why? Death? What's death to a 2-year-old? anaphylaxis. Kid can't even say anaphylaxis. So he doesn't understand. So what's going to happen is he's likely going to spend years not understanding why his parents won't let him have peanuts. No telling the things he may think. We don't love him. We love his brothers and sisters more. We're mean. But one day, he'll get it. One day, he'll understand. And then it will make sense. Until then, it's not going to make any sense. So, my position here, my contention here, hold the camera steady, is that we may not, or someone may not understand the necessity of free will in God's design in regards to rape or other such atrocities of human behavior, human choice. And if we can't understand its place, free will's place, that's okay. Because they just haven't got to a place yet where they have the capacity to understand. And a lot of times that capacity to understand first comes from the belief in the existence of God. You got to get there first to begin to wrap your mind around His design. If you don't believe in God, then it's not going to make any sense to you. And we have to understand that. So again, in short, I'm trying to keep these things short. Because someone doesn't understand free will, that is a poor argument for the non-existence of God. Now, if they say they understand free will, but they refuse to accept it, that's different, but it's also a poor argument for the existence of God. I think that covered it. Till next time.